Hey friends, it's Mo, your VBS director, and I'm so excited because this week we're taking a journey through the Rocky Railway where you're going to meet a lot of fun people and learn a lot of awesome things. First stop is over at Sing and Play Express with Miss Katie, so let's go.
Good morning to everyone on the other side of the screen. My name is Conductor Katie, and I am so excited to lead you in worship this week. We are going to start with a song, and the name of this song is Your Power Will Pull Us Through. We are going to be talking about the power of Jesus. And so as we're singing and we're having fun, we are going to celebrate the power of Jesus. So I want you to think as you're singing this song of an engine and how it pulls all the wagons and how they're so heavy and it carries so much weight and how powerful it is. So I want you to think as Jesus as your engine. And so let's start with this song.
We trust in you, Jesus. You're all that we need. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. You give us hope and life that's forever. You make us bold and we stand together. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. We're off on this journey, there's no looking back. With Jesus to lead us, we're on the right track. Oh, 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 oh. Wide open spaces for wide open eyes. We're looking ahead for the next big surprise. Oh, 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 oh. We trust in you, Jesus. You're all that we need. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. You give us hope and life that's forever. You make us bold and we stand together. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. We're off on this journey, there's no looking back. With Jesus to lead us, we're on the right track. Oh, 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 oh. Wide open spaces for wide open eyes. We're looking ahead for the next big surprise. Oh, 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 oh. We trust in you, Jesus. You're all that we need. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. Trusting in you. You give us hope and life that's forever. We stand together. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. Trusting in you. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. Trusting in you. Trusting in you. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you.
And so that song talked about the power of Jesus. So the theme for our VBS is the power of Jesus. And today we are going to learn how Jesus' power helps us do hard things. And I know that you're probably thinking you haven't done hard things, but just think about how you end the school year. You had to do online school, and you couldn't say goodbye to your friends and your teachers. And so that's one of the hard things you had to do. And so Jesus pulls us through all those hard times in our lives. And so I just want you to think about the theme for this day, and I will see you later with another song.
Hey everybody, wasn't that so much fun? I just love learning about how Jesus' power helps us do hard things. Our next stop is over at Missions with Miss Heather. So all aboard!
Thanks, Mo. Hey guys, I'm Heather, and I'm so excited to meet with you every day to talk about missions. Before we get started, let's think about the word missions. We hear it at church and stuff, but do we really know what it means? What do we mean when we say missions? Well, I'm glad you asked because that's exactly what I want to talk about today. So, first, I want you to raise your hand if you've ever seen a spy or secret agent movie. Yeah, a lot of you have. Me too. What's your favorite one? My favorite is probably Spy Kids because it's so cool that those kids get to be secret agents. Well, in every spy or secret agent movie, their bosses send them on an assignment to accomplish a specific task. Like maybe they have to go rescue somebody or something. And that is their mission. Think about it. In the movies you've seen, do they go on missions? They do, right? They have to go on these dangerous or fun missions to accomplish what they're supposed to accomplish. Just like that, Jesus has given us a mission that we need to accomplish. Isn't that exciting? It makes me feel special. Does it make you feel special? Well, how do we know what that mission is? How are we supposed to know what Jesus has asked us to do? Well, good news. When Jesus was on earth, he told his disciples, and disciples is just a fancy word for followers of Jesus. He told his disciples exactly what our mission is. In Matthew chapter 28, verse 19 and 20, Jesus tells us to go and make disciples, there's that word again, followers of Jesus, of all nations, and to teach them everything that the Bible commands. So that's it. That's our mission. So our mission, should we choose to accept it, is to tell everybody we meet about Jesus and that he died to forgive us of our sins. And then number 2, to teach them everything that the Bible commands. Wow, that's it. That's simple, right? But here's another question. If that's our mission, why should we choose to accept it? Why us? Kids? Adults? Why do we need to? Doesn't Jesus have pastors and missionaries that do that? Why do we need to? Well, I'm glad you asked that too, because that's exactly what we're going to talk about tomorrow. So make sure you join me again tomorrow to talk about why we should choose this mission. But before I go, I have something else important that I want to tell you about. So if you've been to Central's VBS before, you know that every year we take up an offering. This year, our offering is going to go to the children's home. So we need to collect all the loose change and money we can find. You can even do some chores to help earn some money to collect. And then we're going to give all of that at the end of the week to the children's home to help them tell people about Jesus. So there's 2 ways that you can give money. Number 1, you can come to the church office and give your money each day this week from 9 to 5. Or you can wait until Thursday when we're going to have a really fun drive-through offering parade with wacky hair and everything, and then you can give it there. But that's not all, because this offering is going to be a contest. If you've been here before, then you know about these contests. If the boys earn more money than the girls, then Miss Kylie has to get a pie in her face. But if the girls earn more money, then Pastor Michael has to get a pie in his face. So right now at the count of 3, I want you to yell to me really loud who you want to win. 1, 2, 3. Wow, Kylie and Pastor Michael are both in trouble. So make sure you're collecting that money to give so we can see on Friday who gets a pie in their face. Thanks for joining me, guys. I love you, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks, Heather. Next up, we're going to learn about our buddy, and after that, we're back to Sing and Play Express with Miss Katie for another song. Join us, won't you?
Hey there, friends! Glad you're all on board for a rambunctious week of faith and fun at Rocky Railway. I'm Ramsey, a bighorn sheep. Can you guess why? Okay, that was too easy. Check out these cool, curvy horns God gave me. Ram's horns can weigh up to 30 pounds. That's as much as some of our littlest preschool buddies. Wow! My horns have to be tough because we male sheep use them to keep other rams out of our territory. People who study rams say we can run into each other at 20 to 40 miles per hour. Bam! You can hear that sound for miles. Me and my herd hang out all over the majestic, massive Rocky Mountains. The Rocky Mountains rock! If you head up to find me, strap on your hiking boots. Sometimes my herd grazes in an alpine meadow. 'Cause that's where the good stuff is. Wow, good! But the meadow makes us an easy target for predators, so we also like to climb way up those crazy cliffs. We sheep like it steep. Me and my family can hang out on a little teeny tiny ledge that's only a few inches wide. Animals like bears or coyotes can't bother us here. Whew! And check out the view! God made us just right for staying safe in those hard, rocky places. My hooves are split and have a rough skin on the bottom that grips tight to the rugged rocks. Plus, I've got excellent eyesight. No glasses for me. It may sound like climbing these cliffs and balancing on jagged ledges is hard to do, but God has given me everything I need to live here. Fine food and my family safe. I've heard that you sometimes have to do hard things too. When there's a bully at school, maybe you feel like you're in a rough, rocky place. You may not be balanced on a cliff ledge like me, but maybe you have to balance homework, chores, sports, music, and friendships. That sounds hard. Maybe coming here today and making new friends even feels like a hard thing for you. But did you know you don't face those hard things alone? No way! Jesus is right beside you. Yep, even right now. He gives you His power to climb through those mountains of worry and get through any rough stuff you gotta do. The Bible powers you up with this truth. For I can do everything through Christ who gives me strength. That means you don't have to have your own power to do hard things. Jesus' power helps us do hard things. Trust Jesus.
Guys, how cool was Ramsey? God just created this animal so uniquely so he could survive the Rocky Mountains. And that's what he does with us. He equips us to do hard things. And this is the theme of our day. And so we're going to sing a song that talks about the power that we have in the blood of Jesus. And maybe you're thinking power as a power that a superhero has. That they're invisible or that they run really fast or they can read minds. But the coolest thing, though, is that the power of Jesus is even cooler than all the superheroes' powers combined. So that's what we're going to be singing. And so don't worry if you don't know the song. We're going to sing it all week. And so by the end of the week, you're just going to master it. So join us in singing this fun song.
Service for Jesus, your King. There's power in the blood, power in the blood. Would you live daily His praises to sing? There's wonderful power in the blood. There is power, power, wonder-working power in
Thanks, Conductor Katie. That was so fun. Our next stop is over to Bible Adventures with Pastor Michael and Philip. Come along.
Hey crew, it's so great to see you at Bible Adventures today. We're excited to have you. I'm Pastor Michael, and this is Mr. Philip, and we're going to be with you all week unpacking the stories of the Bible for you. And today we've got a really awesome story. Now I want to go through our theme before we get started. You've heard it already before, but it's good for us to say it again. So are you ready for today's theme? Today's theme is Jesus' power helps us do hard things. Now, I want you to repeat that with me really, really loud, okay? 1, 2, 3. Jesus' power helps us do hard things. I want to talk about the Bible verse today. You've probably already heard that as well, but I want us to repeat it again to kind of just sink that deep into our heart. Are you ready? Here's our Bible verse for today. I'm going to say it first. I can do everything through Christ, for he gives me strength. Philippians 4:13. All right, ready? We're going to do it together. 1, 2, 3. I can do everything through Christ who gives me strength. Philippians 4:13. Awesome. Awesome job, guys. You're doing great. I would encourage you to try to memorize your memory verse and let us know. Take a video of yourself and share it back that you've memorized that. We would love to hear that. Now, our theme today is that Jesus' power helps us do hard things. And what do you think that means? What does it mean that Jesus has power to help us do hard things? Well, I want you to think about what may be easy in your life. Maybe it's easy for you to tie your shoes. Maybe it's easy for you to do math. Maybe it's easy for you to ride a bike. Have you ever considered that that might not be easy for somebody else? There are lots of times in our life when hard things come and it's difficult for us to do. Now, we're going to be introduced to a guy today that had a very hard thing God asked him to do in his life. There's a guy named Ananias. Ananias is found in Acts chapter 9, verses 1 through 19. Now, before I get to Ananias and the hard thing that God asked him to do, I need to tell you about a guy named Saul. There was a guy in the Bible whose name is Saul. Saul was a mean, nasty dude. This is not the kind of guy that you would want to meet in a dark alley alone at night, a scary guy, okay? In fact, Saul hated Christians, hated them, and he hated the church, and he didn't want to see people get to know Jesus. In fact, Saul went to the government and got permission from the government to arrest Christians, and he did that. And Saul got permission from the government to take Christians' homes and their businesses and throw them in jail. And he also got permission sometimes to even kill Christians. Sounds like a pretty bad dude, right? Well, Saul was on his way to a town called Damascus. And he was going there to arrest some people and to take their property and throw them into jail. And while he was on his way there, Jesus met him. Saul was riding on his horse, and this huge, bright light shined down from heaven, and Jesus spoke to Saul. And in that moment, Saul went blind. He couldn't see anything, but he could hear Jesus really clearly. And here's what Jesus said: "Why are you hurting my people?" And Saul was just blown away. He didn't know what to do or what to say. He'd had this experience with Jesus. Now, here's where the hard thing comes in. In the town in Damascus, there was a guy named Ananias. Ananias loved God, and he believed in Jesus, and he was praying. And he was praying and asking God to do things in his life and help him to live for God. And you know what? God told him something to do, something really, really hard. God spoke to Ananias and said, "Saul is coming to Damascus." Now I want you to think, if you were Ananias, how would you feel about that? That you heard that Saul, the mean, nasty, scary guy, is coming to Damascus. Well, you can imagine that he was pretty scared and afraid. I would be too. But God said, "Saul is coming to Damascus, and I want you to go and meet Saul and tell him about Jesus." Ooh, that's pretty hard, isn't it? What would you do if God told you to go to somebody that you're scared of and to tell them about Jesus? Well, you probably would do what Ananias did. Ananias said, "God, I can't do that. What if Saul hurts me? What if Saul kills me? I don't trust Saul." And here's what God said: "I'm going to ask you to do something really hard, but I'm going to give you the power to do it." And so God told Ananias, the way that you know that I'm there and the way that you know that you're going to be okay is when you show up, Saul is going to be praying. And so Ananias said, okay, God, this is hard and I'm scared, but I trust you. I'm going to go. And Ananias went and he found the house where Saul was staying and he went inside. And guess what, guys? You know what he found? He walked into the house and Saul was praying to God. And Ananias knew at that moment that God had given him the strength to do what he asked him to do. And Ananias shared Jesus with Saul, and Saul accepted Christ as his Lord and Savior, was forgiven of his sins, and made completely new. In fact, he was made so new that he got a new name. You probably don't even know who Saul is. Let me tell you, because you know who Saul is, you just don't know his name. Let me tell you who Saul really is. Have you heard of a guy named Paul in the New Testament? Yeah, we've all heard of Paul. Well, that's what happened. God asked Ananias to do something really, really hard, but he gave him the power to do it. And when he did it, somebody gave their life to Christ and was changed from the inside out. Now listen, we all face tough and hard times in our life. You might be facing those things right now. But I want to share something with you as we close with our lesson today, and I want you to hear this. Doing the right thing can seem hard sometimes. You know, maybe it's challenging to be patient with an older or younger brother or sister. Maybe it's hard for you to control yourself when you're having to share your video games and other things with friends or brothers and sisters. Maybe it's really difficult to forgive somebody who's said something mean to you. But here's the thing. Jesus' power can give you the power to do all hard things. If you trust Jesus and ask him to help you, he always will. Isn't that wonderful? Didn't we learn that today in Acts chapter 9 with Ananias? That God sometimes asks us to do hard things, but he gives us the power to do that. And so tonight, I want you to think, as you're, this afternoon and tonight, as you're with your brothers and sisters and your family, I want you to talk about hard things in your life and how that you can ask Jesus for the power to do those hard things. Thanks for being here today. I hope this was an exciting story for you. And you're going to see Mr. Phillip tomorrow. So come back to Bible Adventures tomorrow, and Mr. Phillip's going to have another great story for you. And we can't wait to see you tomorrow.
Thank you so much, Pastor Michael. That was an amazing story that we got to hear in Bible Adventures. Paul is actually one of my very favorite characters from the Bible. Next up, we're going over to Imagination Station with Mary.
Hi kids, so today we have been studying verse Philippians 4:13, which says, I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. So today we are going to make something that's going to help remind us that God gives us the power to stay on track and do everything that he's called us to do. So this is what it looks like, and let's just get right into it. What you're going to need to make this is hot glue. Now make sure, kids, that you always ask for your parents' permission before you use hot glue or anything like that. Hot glue, pipe cleaners, popsicle sticks, scissors, and a Sharpie. So, let's just get right into it. To make our tracks, we're going to get our popsicle sticks and we're going to write the verse on it. So, on the first one, I wrote, I can do. I can do. On the next one, you will write all things. All things. On the next one, you're going to write through Christ. One, you're going to write He gives. And then be straight. And then you're going to write your verse on it, Philippians 4:13. Now, once you've got all of your words for the verse written out on it, we're going to glue it onto our tracks. So you get your hot glue gun and make sure you ask your parents for help before you do this. Gonna put a little dot on each side of it. Like that. And so you do the same thing. You get the next one and you're gonna glue it all the way down your tracks. Then at the leftover, you can snip off the bottom to make it a little bit shorter. And that's it. That's all you have to do to make our fun little craft, and you can hang it up in your room somewhere to help remind you that God gives us the power to stay on track and do what He's taught us to do. Bye.
Wow, what a fun craft Miss Mary did. And I am so glad that you're back with me singing. And we have one last song. And guess what this song is about? Yes, you guessed it. It talks about the power of Jesus. Do you guys remember the theme of today? Jesus' power helps us do hard things. So this song talks about that, how the same power that raised Jesus from the dead lives in us. And so because of that power, we can do hard things. We can face the unexpected and difficult situations. So sing with me this last song, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Same power that rose Jesus from the grave, the same power that commands the dead to wake, lives in us, lives in us. The same power that moves mountains when He speaks, the same power that can calm a raging sea, lives in us, lives in us. He lives in us, He lives in us. We have hope that His promises are true in His strength. There is nothing we can't do, yes we know. There are greater things in store. We will not be overtaken, we will not be overcome. The same power that rose Jesus from the grave, the same power that commands the dead to wake, lives in us, lives in us. The same power that moves mountains when He speaks, the same power that can calm a raging sea, lives in us, lives in us. He lives in us, lives in us. Same power that rose Jesus from the grave, the same power that commands the dead to wake, lives in us, lives in us. Same power that moves mountains when He speaks, the same power that can calm a raging sea, lives in us, lives in us. He lives in us, lives in us. He lives in us, lives in us.
Wow, what a fun first day that was. I hope that you guys had just as much fun as we did. I'm so excited for the rest of the week and everything that we have to offer. Make sure, if you want to participate in the offering, your parents can drop that off here at the church office Monday through Friday from 9 to 5. If nobody answers the door, just give a knock. I promise somebody will be there. Or, don't forget, you can wait until Thursday at 11 o'clock for our drive-through offering parade. That's going to be a blast. You won't want to miss it. Also, make sure your parents are checking their phones because we're going to be doing our daily giveaways every day, and you might be the lucky winner. You don't want to miss out. Until tomorrow, I hope that you guys have just as much fun, and we can't wait to see you then here on the Rocky Railway.
My name is Conductor Katie, and I am so excited to, I don't know what I'm so excited about. Just spend this week.
A secret mission that we have to accomplish. I don't want to say secret. That doesn't work for me. That's fine. Sorry.
just gonna hold my breath. No, I'll just right here is easier. I forgot how to talk.
Which one do I look at?
That one. Always that one.
Quiet on set.
Howdy ho, neighbor. What?
Looks like a baby giraffe. Awesome. Yeah. No one's high-fiving me. Oh!
We need music stands to do that. That'd be really good. Oh, you think so?
Yeah. Oh.
Once upon a time, there was a girl named Chloe, and she was standing there with a camera, and it was pointed at Mo. And she was like, just keep talking to me. So you can call this a filbert. And I'm just filling in words.
I thought she screamed in her. That was not quite excited.